We've got some high level athletes that are trying to cut weight. What is your safest way to do that as far as, what you used to do and what you would recommend now?
Yeah, so I mean, if you go, severe dehydration is considered usually at about 5% body weight loss. So if you
Hmm.
are losing 5% or more of your body weight through fluid loss, that's severe dehydration. You don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to do that type of dehydration to get down to the weight that you want to, let's say, compete at.
Right. So
But a lot of people
I'm
are,
200 pounds, so it'd be like dropping 10 pounds. Yeah, of just
yeah.
straight fluid. Okay.
Yeah, if you drop 10 pounds, that's considered severe dehydration.
Okay.
And you don't want to, you want to be less than that, so to speak. Um, so what's the best way to sort of lose weight would be probably a protein sparing modified fast,
Hmm.
because that way you're not losing muscle, but you can dramatically cut the total amount of calories consumed. And so this is like a huge key advantage that I think a lot of athletes are forgetting. They just try to straight up fast, and they're
Hmm.
going to lose a ton of muscle by doing that. So by adding like 20 or 30 grams of protein 2 or 3 times a day, and
Hmm.
that's it. If you really need to get the calories
Yeah.
down but not lose muscle mass, protein sparing modified fast is the way to go.
Okay, so that would be, having 60 to 90 grams of protein if somebody was, and obviously everybody listening, like this is, we're talking about athletes and dropping down.
Right.
I don't
Exactly.
necessarily do this. But so that's 60 to 90 grams for a week or two until they hit their body weight.
Right, exactly. And you keep the carb intake, virtually, very low or non-existent, so to speak.
Okay. And then when they want to reload, like say after competition, is there a best way to, especially make sure, well, I want to get into the minerals too, make sure that they're going to rehydrate properly. I think a lot of athletes are, going straight to, a pancake house or something afterwards. Is there a proper way to do that?
Yeah, there certainly is a proper way to do that because, okay, so if you're doing a protein sparing modified fast and you're not consuming carbs, you're going to probably lose an extra 500 milligrams of sodium every single day for 1 to 2 weeks. And so that adds up. So let's say you're at like a 5 gram sodium deficit. You need to get back those 5 grams just to get back to baseline, what your body has lost, so to speak, from that. So you definitely need to target salt and fluid, slowly consuming that, not just crushing salt in water quickly, and then combining carbohydrates and protein for the refuel. Fats are not nearly as important as carbs and protein
Mhm.
upon refuel. And so you can go really high. Like you probably want at least 300 grams of carbs for the day, that on the low end. Probably the ideal, if you're sucking weight and then you want to refuel, probably ideally more around the 600 grams of carbohydrates. But there's some evidence that going upwards of 1,000, especially if you've really depleted your glycogen levels, could be optimal.
Mhm. Yeah, because a higher level athlete is going to have higher threshold to store the glycogen, and that makes a lot of sense, especially if somebody's doing a fight and they're weighing in the day before, being able to load up, trying to make them feel a lot better.